Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Neremik. Welcome back to more of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Last time, both Hifumi and Taka died. Now, this episode we are going into the investigation, but you will be able to see by my saves that I have already done it. Basically, the short version is, I just have no game audio, so I'm gonna re-record this, because it's just easier. So yeah, this entire section should take about an hour, but, yeah, I didn't do a Clash Trial, just did the investigation, but, yeah. Means I have to go through the pain of losing Taka all over again. But... Taka. Damn it! Why did this happen? Now, how about you, Byakuya? Complete silence. Toko's collapsed. Toko? Don't tell me. Not her too. Relax. She just passed out when she saw the blood. The blood? Oh, that's right, when Toko is, Toko, she has a fear of blood, huh? We've tried everything to get her to wake up, but no luck. Just leave her be for now. It's like you said, I should just leave her alone for now. Then, I don't know, is there anything else we can look at? I have discovered to use the Y key. It does help out a lot more. But how about you, Sakura? Nothing. Justice Hammer 4, I believe. Another hammer. Now it's Justice Hammer 4, and it's even bigger than before. Is that suspicious individual responsible for killing Taka too? But why is it Justice Hammer 4? Huh? What do you mean? Celeste was attacked with Justice Hammer 1. Hifumi was hit with Justice Hammer 2. But this time it was Justice Hammer 4. What happened to number 3? Ah! What's the matter? Well, when you mentioned Justice Hammer 3, you just reminded me. Out with it. Do you know something? Actually, Taka's not the only one who's been killed. Hifumi's dead too. What? Hifumi's been killed? Yeah. Which is why you came to get us. Then we better go and check it out. Of course, come on. Yeah. We move, so Sakura, Byakuya, and I rushed out of the physics lab. But as soon as we were out of the physics lab... Ah! Celeste, aren't you supposed to be waiting in the nurse's office? Something has come up. Yeah, I heard. Hifumi is dead, right? Well, that is not all. It is gone. Huh? What's gone? It has disappeared. Disappeared? Hifumi's body has disappeared. What? What are you talking about? It's disappeared. Don't be ridiculous.
Come on.
Are you serious?
What the heck is happening here? Everyone back to the nurse's office.
I practically leapt down the stairs, nearly losing my balance. I reached the nurse's office completely out of breath. I couldn't believe my eyes. Hifumi's body was there just a few minutes earlier. It just disappeared. Aoi's not looking good. Me and Celeste went to the bathroom, but we were only gone for like a minute. And then when we got back... This must be the work of the culprit. They must have come and carried the body away. They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
What did you say?
I don't believe this. I don't believe a body would just disappear.
Why?
At first there were 2 murders and now one of the bodies has been taken. This is unnatural. Hold on, what do you mean 2 murders?
Taka's been killed. We found him in the equipment room.
No, it can't be. Taka too? It can't be.
Calm down.
We're all gonna die, all of us. They're gonna kill all of us. And who might the next target be? Toko? Huh?
What? I completely forgot. She's still unconscious in the equipment room.
You left her at the scene of a crime. We didn't have a choice. She passed out and refused to wake up. So, she is still unconscious?
Wait, you knew she was still up there and said nothing? Why?
That annoying little insect clings to me wherever I go. We'd be better off without her.
You bastard!
Calm down, you forget about her, didn't you? You have no right to blame me. Everyone stop fighting, right now we need to hurry back! I can't take this anymore. I don't want anyone else to die.
Byakuya, or something's happened to Toko, I'll never forgive you.
Yeah, it's not the best place to have ended last episode, I'm aware, considering shit's still going on, but... We ran back to the equipment room at full speed, and when we got there... Toko! Thank God you're okay. but right away I noticed there was something very different here. It was gone. Taka's body, which should have been right there, had disappeared. This can't be happening.
Are we hallucinating all this or something?
No, it's not a hallucination. I know I saw it before, and what I'm seeing right now isn't what I saw before. What? Are you saying Taka disappeared too? Stop saying disappeared. He didn't just vanish into thin air. Obviously, whoever did this is in the body. But why would they do that? I couldn't possibly begin to imagine. Anyway, our costume suspect is clearly continuing his crime spree. Oh, we gotta hurry up and catch him before he kills all of us. Oh, I don't think you have to worry about that. Think about it. Who could possibly be responsible for killing and hiding these dead bodies? When Hifumi's death cry went up, everyone was here together on the 3rd floor.
It is so.
After that, we split into 2 groups. And now this time, you all came here as a group from the nurse's office. In other words, the only ones who could have done this are Hiro and Kyoko, who's still missing. Hold on a second! Kyoko has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. There's no question that she was in the dining hall with us. You seem very adamant about defending her. Perhaps you're in love. Why, are you jealous? That's not it at all.
That's fine.
Well, anyway, I do accept Kyoko's alibi.
Let's see.
Which means the suspicious individual we're looking for can be none other than Hiro. Which further means there'll be no more murders. The regulations are very clear about that. Oh, that's right. There's a rule that says you can only kill a maximum of 2 people.
That's right.
As long as that rule's in place, there will not be a 3rd murder, if they were to break that rule.
I'd mince you on a second thought. I'd mince you, grind you, turn you into paste. By the way, did you know that fish paste can also refer to shellfish like shrimp and crabs?
Indeed.
Let's see.
So, since 2 people have been killed, there is no possibility of any more?
You knew that from the beginning, didn't you, Byakuya? Which means you knew Toko was never in danger.
I still meant it when I said we'd be better off without her, though.
In other words,
Anyway, with that in mind, we can now relax and search for the 2 missing bodies. The 2 missing bodies. 2 people have been killed and their bodies have been hidden. The only one without an alibi, the only one who could have done it, is Hiro. But is he really the killer? And what about Kyoko? If she's not involved in this case, then where did she go?
what?
Hey, Makoto, what's the matter? Oh, no, it's nothing. Whatever, we need to find those bodies, or the narrative here can't move forward.
So then.
Very well, let us split up and begin searching.
But...
There is no need to be afraid. No more murder shall take place during this case. I know that. I mean, I think I do, but...
If you're still nervous, I'll come with you.
Okay, thank you.
No need to thank me.
Then let's get moving. Yell out if you find anything. Byakuya left the equipment room, followed by the others. I have to try and find the 2 missing bodies. And yes, so we haven't got investigation yet. We actually need to find the bodies before the investigation can begin. But I do want to say, church, nowhere to go. I recorded like 4 hours ago. It's kind of starting to fade. I think we wander off to the art room. I think, he says. Alright, well, how are you 2 doing, gang? Where can the 2 bodies have disappeared to? And Sakura?
Damn. We need to search for the bodies that have disappeared. What happens after that?
We don't know. And the door? Huh? The door must be locked. Well, interesting. Yeah, so I was saying around this time in the previous recording, so I do want to still share the theories I have then, because they're still the same. But my theory at the time, before I continue on with this, was basically that, okay, we've left Celeste and Aoi alone in the room with Hifumi's body, and it's very apparent that it's either those 2, obviously the Hiro and Kyoko, who could have done it. Like, it is, of the selection who could have moved Hifumi, at the current point, it's one of them 4. There's no way it isn't. And then obviously, Ishimaru's body is a bit more weird, because that can only be Kyoko or Hiro. I think that's what I was spitballing at the time. I still want to get the same vibe across, if that makes sense. I still want to share my theories, so I'm coming up with them, but I clearly have already been through the entire thing, so I know kind of what happens and have different theories, but I'm going to present them as I go along in an actual order, because that way it's still fun. Anyway, huh. That's not weird at all. Shh. Well, I guess we'll check a classroom. Yeah, usually how this works, I've kind of found this out. Whenever you go into a room, if it lets you leave immediately, there's nothing to investigate. There you are. Makoto.
Come
Why are you just standing there? We need to get to the repository. Huh, you mean...
Indeed.
I found them. Hifumi and Taki's bodies have both been hidden in the repository.
I've already told Hina and Sakura. We'll go on ahead. Their bodies are in the repository? Well, if they insist, we'll go. Again, I have no idea why Byakuya just immediately came running to find me the second, like, he found out there were bodies. Like, I'm just saying, dude is clingy. It's like, dude, you couldn't have just sent Celeste? Had to come deliver the news to me personally? Alright. But yes, we were just in here. The body's here somewhere. Yeah, it'll be... although this was just locked a few seconds ago. Up ahead is the repository. The doorknob turned. I guess it's unlocked. And I have no choice but to go inside. So I opened the door. And when I entered, I saw... Yeah. It's, Of course, Byakuya decides to strike a pose as we're finding the bodies again as well. The two bodies that had disappeared were right there. The smell of blood made me gag. What I saw before my eyes was unquestionable, unavoidable, unwavering reality. And then I heard the announcement for the second time. So isn't that interesting? Because that means that for one of the bodies we found, it didn't sound. Now, obviously in last episode, because I was confused after my initial recording, I went back and watched it. It sounds when we found Fumi, which means it didn't sound towards the end of last episode when we found Taka. Which has a whole lot of implications we'll discuss later on. But yes, this means it hasn't sounded for one of the murders.
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Also, can I just say, like, he says I can use it however I like. Can I just play blackjack until the trial starts? Is that an option?
And so here we are. Without further ado, let me...
File.
Thank you.
I was gonna hand them out when you found the bodies the first time, and I thought something might happen. It was really hard to resist, but turns out I was right.
Just hand it over already.
Now make sure to investigate with all of your mental might and prepare for the class trial.
See ya later.
Goodbye, my sweet prince. Well then, now that we've found the bodies, that's all that's left is to uncover the culprits.
Hold on. Can you be so calm? I mean, they're dead, you know.
That's terrible.
Dead? Gone forever? They're never coming back. Awful. This is all just too awful.
He instantly burst into tears. She clutched at Hifumi's lifeless body.
Who would do this? Why? Why?
Large wet tears fell from her eyes. The tears landed on Hifumi's cheeks. If there was some world of make-believe, that might have been when Hifumi opened his eyes. But this wasn't a movie. This wasn't.
He's alive again?
Yep!
Where am I? Cold. So cold. Is winter coming?
Hifumi, wake up!
Huh? That's right. I remember now. Hope's Peak.
Come on, you gotta wake up!
I remember everything before I met you all. I met you all.
His memories are blending together. He has nothing useful to offer us.
The light, it's reaching out to me like the tail of a comet.
Hey, Hifumi! Who was it? Who attacked you?
See, he is thinking smart.
Who tried to kill you?
She oughta know.
Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name. Yasu. Hiro.
His eyes closed, and they never opened again. Death for the second time. Absolute, undeniable death. No matter how many more of Hina's tears splashed his face, there was no second miracle. Reality set in again. This isn't some stereotypical fantasy world. Tears can't restore a person's vitality.
Honestly.
You have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins, no calcium in your bones. At
At least you have your meat.
Stop talking.
You're just angry. Going out of his way to return just to leave us with those unnecessary dying words. Now this game has become exceedingly boring.
He said, Yasuhiro, right?
Then perhaps...
Yasuhiro Hagakure. That is the only person he could have been referring to.
So in other words...
And with that, this case is solved. Assaulting people and even killing Taka and Hifumi, and then going so far as to hide their bodies. A criminal that hides his face behind a mask and uses a bunch of giant wooden hammers. Is that what Hiro is?
What is this?
It's true, I can't forgive him. No way can I ever forgive him. To kill two of our friends. Anyway, it's about time we track down the culprit in a little life or death game here. Although, this time it's not a life or death. This trial will conclude without much trouble.
Indeed.
Yes, it does indeed look that way. It's gonna begin again. We have to go through this one more time. I have to accept it. I have no choice but to go through with this, to make sure that everyone survives. I just have to do it. And... absolute tune, may I say. Blast it in the clubs. So first, better check the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. Cause of death for each was a blow to the head. They thought they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's it!
Very strange.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. We got way less information this time than before. That is no problem. After all, the events of this case unfolded right before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened than the Monokuma file could anyway. Maybe.
Well, there's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while.
Are you talking about Kyoko?
Perhaps. Without a doubt, she has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. But what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice?
An accomplice? Can I just say, I was getting into the rhythm of that song and he decides to show up. Evil. An accomplice? What are you doing here?
Don't be rude, I'm here to answer your question.
What question?
You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I, during the first class trial?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become black?
Okay, thank you, Byakuya.
You asked, and so I shall answer.
I don't think they do they?
Murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of
Yes,
profiting
so
from it.
there's a...
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
Yeah, so my immediate theory with that is the reason two people are dead is because then technically if they took one each, then they're both blackened. In theory, I don't know if that's explained later on though.
So basically, you can be an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it.
So then...
So you're saying nobody worked together this time either?
Hey,
Sorry, you can't answer that. It would have such a strange exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget, no matter how much you might assist in a murder, only one black can graduate. An accomplice gets nothing.
So in other words...
Then we need to only figure out who that one blackened is that did the killing, right? Just like normal.
Okay, let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is the one true blackened who devised the murder plot and put it into action.
The true blackened, so just one person.
That's enough for explainifying. Now down to the final battle between all of you and the blackened. Good luck to all the contestants.
So there can only be one blackened, an accomplice wouldn't benefit. Then I can't see any way Kyoko would be connected to this case after all. You may be right. Music back, by the way. I love it. If that's true then, Kyoko, where are you?
However, as long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation.
indeed.
I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro is responsible. But for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information.
So,
You know, you don't think we should consider a certain someone a suspect, just in case? I'm talking about the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack.
What? I'm offended.
When did you?
I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found. Anyway, you that milk sack swimmer girl. Milk sack? Why do I gotta be a suspect?
Well, I mean, you are a serial killer.
So what? I'm just like a special guest suspect every time. I have an alibi, you know.
She's right about that. When we heard Hifumi scream, she was with me. And when the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka's body aside, I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move Hifumi's body.
Yep.
Besides, I calculate every move I make. I'm not gonna kill someone because everyone knows what I look like. They don't call me the murder scene for nothing.
What are you saying?
That's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about.
Let's see.
On another topic, should we post a guard by the bodies like before? We can't have them disappear again.
So
Hina and I can handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hina? Sure, I'd be totally useless on the investigation anyway.
It's all clear now.
Then that's that. Let's begin. This whole thing is so strange, but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? But maybe it's just me, but I don't think it's going to be straightforward as it seems. And we get them on the Kuma file. So, the investigation can actually get down to business, and we're going to start with Hina. Hey, Makoto, I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository. Huh? What is it? After Hifumi and Taka's bodies disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together. And we came right here to the repository to, you know, look around. But when we got here, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. It was locked? And we came here as soon as the search started. There's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it? And why is it unlocked now? I wonder the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there, but I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. True! Are you saying I should leave? There's only one way in and out of this room, through that door Hina said was locked before. There's definitely a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from inside the repository. I don't see any way to lock it from the art room. The door can only be locked from inside the repository, which makes me wonder. Hina and Sakura confirmed the door was locked after we started looking for the missing bodies, and that door is designed so it can only be locked from inside the repository. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone in the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. But Hina claims there's no way someone could have beaten them to the repository. So that certain someone... yeah. So we get that from trying to leave. I obviously get a little bit more, such as these hammers. There are hammers of all different sizes hanging on the wall, although some are more like mallets. Mallets? Could the Justice hammers have been designed using these as a model? Either way, all the hammers here have obviously seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalkstone powder. Wait. For some reason this one hammer isn't dirty at all, and it's wet? Did someone wash it recently? Interesting. Anyway, let's check out this little, fine, we'll search Hifumi, I guess. Hifumi's big cold body is laying on the floor. He is dead and you're still finding a way to insult him. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? From the nurse's office where he was discovered to hear the repository, all the way from the first to the third floor, and without anyone noticing it. How the hell? It's no good, I just don't get it. I can think about it later, but for now I have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head, probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was laying on the floor in the nurse's office. Huh? Wait. Something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. That's it! His glasses. When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood. But now they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that and why? Yeah, it's interesting. And I have theories, but I'll discuss them in due course. But for now, it's a dolly. Doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before. I guess it's used to move statues around. It's kind of awkward if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. Huh, but wait. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. There's a blood stain on it. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? Repository dolly has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, and I think we've got then we've got Byakuya left, and then we've got Taka's body. And we're gonna do Taka last, because it's like, I'm holding on, man. So, Byakuya, do you really think Hiro did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders or disappearances happened, every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Hifumi said when he died. Yeah, he said Hiro's name.
In other words,
Then there's no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century, you see. I mean, he is kinda dumb, but do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere.
what?
And is that it? That's all that bothers you about the case? Well, no, there were a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? They probably figured if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty damn easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is, why did they even bother killing two people?
What?
Because all the rule says, if you can kill someone, you can get away with it. You graduate, right? So if you're the killer and your number one priority is not getting caught, but killing more people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out.
I see.
Hold on. Perhaps. I see. So that's what it means. Is everything okay?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. But I thought we had a thing going! What's with that attitude? But you have my appreciation.
Bye.
Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he'd figured something out. And if he did, would it have killed him to tell me what it was? So we're heavily hinting here that, I should probably mention, I gotta remember to share my theories. Very big, they're trying to set hero up vibes. I immediately don't believe them. It's like, they're not gonna tell you the culprit out of thing. It would be a cool twist that, actually you did know the identity all along, but you second guess yourself in the case, but nah, they're trying to set up hero and I'm not buying it. So Taka, he'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? There's a top laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. So we get that, and we are done in this room. So some places we already know about. First the nurse's office where Hifumi was, and then the equipment room where Taka was found. So we can speak to Sakura, but she will basically recap the ending of last episode, and it takes about like 5-10 minutes. So I'm gonna skedaddle on, and we're gonna get on business because I remember what happens quite well. So yeah. Now we're gonna go, and we're gonna say hello to Miss Genocide Jill, because we may as well. Her voice does hurt my throat, but it's fun. It's fun. I'm not gonna say I match her vibe because I'm not about killing people, but you're fun. You psycho. I was sleeping right here when the killer carried the body away. I'm super pissed. I missed such an ultimately rare event. You had nothing of note, really. Go, give us nothing. No, I won't say that again. That was too awkward. But this top. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before and just recently too. Okay, and then we got this, we got the blood stain as well. So let's see it! There's some kind of tire mark going through the pool of blood here in the middle of the room. That reminds me, about the dolly in the repository. There was blood on its tire. Could that blood have come from here? Which could mean that Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using the dolly. Both rooms are on the 3rd floor, so that should definitely have been possible. Yeah, you're not going to get Hifumi upstairs using a dolly unless Monokuma suddenly becomes a lot more friendly towards people with mobility issues and installs a couple of ramps. But yeah, Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office on the 1st floor. Even with a dolly, there's no way to get it up to the 3rd floor. Yeah, that's still a total mystery. And I think, is that everything? I think it is. I think they let me leave now. Yeah, they let me use the map. I can leave. I'm free. We can go down to the nurse's office and see what's going on there. So, I think Celeste is in here. She's chilling. She's just hanging out. She's vibing. She is, she's living in the moment. How are you doing? What are you investigating, Celeste?
I'm not investigating anything, precisely speaking. I'm simply going around seeing if Hiro might be hiding somewhere. What about you?
I'm just checking this and that. Main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body.
Let's see.
How Hifumi was moved, eh?
When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Yes, indeed.
Correct. Hina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom.
And when you got back, the body was gone?
We could have not been gone for more than a minute or two, though.
Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So then, the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time?
Indeed.
It would seem so.
To carry off someone as big as Hifumi in only a couple of minutes is, I can't think of it anything less than impossible. Again, it's giving weird vibes. I said last time that Aoi feels like she's gonna snap and kill someone soon, and I still have that gut feeling during this investigation segment that may be what's happening. Okay, we got a Friginated bin to inspect here. So, a refrigerator. I wonder if there's anything to drink inside. After everything I've been through, I'm totally parched, maybe just a quick peek. There's a bunch of blood packets in here. They're blood transfusions, I guess. Doesn't help me though, because I'm not a vampire. Love that song though. Banger. Goes off on Fortnite Festival. And then the bin. It's just a normal trash can. Oh, there's something inside. It's too small to be a handkerchief. It's a glasses cleaning cloth. And it's got some kind of cartoon character on it. Yeah, I said this in the original take, but that is Screaming Hifumi's. Because he had the camera with the anime girl on as well, more so. I mean, it just is a Hifumi thing. Also, he wears glasses. So that's definitely Hifumi's and was used to clean up blood from somewhere. And it's got a kind of costume character on it. Oh, my bad. Oh, but it's also covered in blood.
Ah, did you find something?
Yeah, there was a cleaning cloth in the trash can.
A cleaning cloth?
And it's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used it to swipe up some blood. But who would need to do something like that?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Yeah, me either, but I think it might be important. And I think we're about to leave now, aren't we? Yeah, we are. So that's the 2 main rooms done, so... He shows up. You know, I'm just saying, he follows me around like a lost child. But back here, is there something you want to share? But, so this is where you were. I've been looking for you. You have? I wanted to thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting indeed. You should go to Hero's room. Oh, and let me give you this. Meet in the dining hall. This is the note Hero wrote to get us all to meet up, right? You remember well. Well, the penmanship was pretty remarkable, so it left an impression.
It's all clear now.
Anyway, this makes it clear, right? This is a trap. What is? Things grow ever more exciting. What are you talking about? I've already repaid my debt. I don't know you any more explanation.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye! Bye-bye! See you in a bit, Byakuya! Bye-bye! He's a quirky little man, that guy. He's goofy. He's goofy. It's like, I'm just saying, if Byakuya doesn't live until the end, the hands will fly. If he dies in chapter 4 or 5, because I imagine it's got 5 cases coming from Ace Attorney. Yeah, if he dies or kills someone in either of those cases, hands will be caught Spike Chunsoft. Anyway, again, since I've done this before, I have the added benefit of not needing to check every door individually, and instead, I could just Tokyo drift myself directly into Hero's room. The door is unlocked? I guess I can go inside. Ryaki did say to go look. It might not be that great an idea, but I'm going to take the plunge. Well then, feel free to, Makoto. Feel free to. So, this is Hero's room. There's all kind of weird stuff in here. Where did he even get all it from? More importantly, he still hasn't turned up, which means he can't really complain if I don't get his permission to search his room. Right? Yeah, so what we got? We got a bed, a camera. Yeah, it's basically just these boxes. I think there's something in the cardboard box. It's blueprints for something and some things made out of... It looks like cardboard, plastic, and paper? Is this Robo Justice? And it's in Hero's room. But wait, these blueprints. Something about them bothers me. Yeah, the handwriting is not the same as the one on the note, so he's 100% getting set up. There is no doubt in my mind. And we can't really check anything else out. Kind of just general stuff that if we inspect, it's like, why are you searching this, you fool? So yeah, again, I've learned that once you've investigated everywhere you currently have to, the second you leave the room, somebody will come and speak to you. Case in point. Makoto, big news, big news. Oh, what's wrong? We found Kyoko. What? Is she okay? Where is she? Wait, I wasn't done. There's more big news. Robo Justice showed up too. Robo Justice? It's Hero wearing the costume. Anyway, come as soon as you can. Head to the pool on the 2nd floor. I think Hiro and Kyoko would turn up at the same time. Anyway, I have to head to the pool. I ran off to the 2nd floor as fast as I could. And I like this investigation. I know obviously I'm speeding through it a little bit quicker than I would have previously, but yeah, no, I bloody love how quick this is. It's like bam, 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 bam. It's not confusing what I need to do. It's spelled out very nicely, and I like that fact. But yes, Kyoko and... Oh man, I have had the worst day. Hero. Let's get it started. Hero? yeah, who else would I be? That's a good question. What? Why do I look like this? Did someone come along and remodel me while I was sleeping? Was it the Illuminati? Okay, anyway, how about you, Kyoko?
Right.
I found Hero. He was jammed into the pool room locker. It looks like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and woke him up. I still can't believe you kicked me. You could have been a little more gentle about it, like, I don't know, caress my face or something.
What?
That's creepy. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden without a trace.
Right.
There was something I had to check up on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't never mind.
It's nothing.
Never mind.
Hey,
More importantly, she says that, but does she have any idea? Does she know people think she might be spying for the mastermind? First of all, Hero, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that. Well, I have no idea. 1 second I was asleep, I don't know how that happened, and then I woke up and I was here. I don't care, do something about that costume, it pains me just to look at you. Oh, well, I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. It'll help.
Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself?
I didn't make this stupid freaking thing.
There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
It took everyone's help, but we slowly were able to get Hero out of the suit. It took a few minutes, but eventually we got all the pieces off. Woo, free at last.
Isn't it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hero?
So then,
More to the point, nobody but Hero would be able to wear that costume.
Wait, what? Hold on a sec.
honestly,
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints are in your room as well.
is that okay?
In other words, it is obvious to everyone that you made this costume.
That's true. I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah, me too.
Could it be?
And it's obvious. The one who puts this costume on and went around attacking everyone was Hero!
Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Just the
Good idea. We wouldn't kill anyone else. Tie me up. Hold on, guys. I think that's going a little too far.
That's right.
He may be a suspect, but he deserves fair treatment.
Yeah, I mean, attacking blueprints. I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You killed them.
What? Killed who? I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a figure running around.
What are you saying?
You're the only one who can wear this costume. So who else could possibly be the costumed attacker?
How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on for yourself before you convict me.
Fine, if you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. Not missing a beat, Hina started putting on the Robo Justice costume.
Huh? See, look. See how loose it is?
Oof.
I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't.
Yeah, it's screaming Hero setup plot.
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say.
I love how Celeste slightly clocked him there. It's like
Caught up in the moment.
you've taken offense to your own craftsmanship there, Hero?
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hero could have fit into this dumb costume.
And half Hina took off the suit again.
Well, look, now you're all out of excuses.
No, see, it's because you're a girl. If it was another guy, then. Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Against my will. I don't think it was. You heard Byakuya say jump, and you didn't even ask how high. You knew how high. I picked up the pieces off the floor and tried putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I can wear this.
See, I told you it was impossible. You are absolutely right. It seems this costume was made to fit Hero's body exactly.
But
Then there's another costume. I must have one that looks the same, but fits them.
Honestly.
If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
what the heck?
Evidence.
You claim there's another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us.
What the heck?
Just the
Who
word.
cares? Hero's the only one without an alibi during this whole thing anyway. Which is how we know it was him.
I mean, is that really true? I have no idea what's been happening. Could someone, tell me? Robo Justice costume has been added to the Truth Board section of your handbook. Well, Hero, if you insist.
What the heck?
If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto, who was it? Well, 2 people were killed. Taka and Hifumi. 2 people?
Just the word.
Why are you freaking about? You did it.
I did not! Wait, hold on, if those 2 are the ones that were killed. That's it, I know who did it.
So then,
You may as well tell us then.
Taka and Hifumi were fighting over Alter Ego, right? Which means Alter Ego and Oshihiro must have done it.
correct.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Oh, unfortunate.
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit that you did it, okay?
I'm telling you, you got it all wrong. I know. That note. Notes? Last night someone slipped a weird note under my door, and here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 AM. But the last thing I remember was going to the rec room, and then for some reason I fell asleep. Your killer probably drugged me or something.
Just the word.
Not a chance.
So,
No. Hold on. He could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that. Really?
I told you, someone's trying to set me up. Secret pass is a chance to escape. Someone wrote all that to trick me.
Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you.
Well, after being trapped here for so long, even you know it's a lie. You're gonna check it out, right? They preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me.
I still don't buy it.
Well, you should buy it.
Just a second.
Okay, then show us that note.
With pleasure. I have it right here in my pocket. Looks like I lost it. My man.
Yeah, sure.
You gotta believe me. I haven't heard her fly.
As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want to believe you, then give us a reason.
What the heck? Serious? Yeah, so Hero's account has been added into the Truth Bot section of your handbook. Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins.
Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it. Why did you kill them? Tell us, Hero!
It's just like I said.
Just the worst.
Is it really to get the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally broke, and that's why...
It's a false accusation. Someone help me.
Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you.
If you have time to yell and carry on, you have time to search for your evidence, right? You're right. I just for a second soon that note. If you don't fail me now.
I guess I better get back to guard duty. I was gonna ask Toko, Genocide Jack, to switch with me. But if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. One by one, everyone peeled away.
Makoto,
Do you have a second? Huh? I want you to help me with the investigation.
it would seem...
It looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No. To reject me so simply.
Anyway,
I need your help. You don't mind, do you? Okay.
shall we go?
Thanks. Now then, shall we? Okay.
Hey,
So, Makoto, I'd first like to examine the corpses. Examine the corpses? Can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me.
correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than the living.
Hey,
Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer?
anyway,
We have to hurry, before the class trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay then, show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. Then I guess we should head that way for now. Okay, and I'm gonna walk there, because look, this music, man, it's kind of a tune. I'm just saying, it's kind of a tune. I think, isn't the stair? Where are the stairs when you need them? Like, I understand this place is meant to be like hell on earth and very confusing, but bruh, just please. I'm trying to find these stairs, I'm fighting for my life. It's difficult. It's very difficult. But I believe this is, yeah, this is rightful, that's the art room. Let's go in here and look at some dead people. Because that is what we do. And yeah, we're running through this investigation section like, we're gonna finish this like 10 minutes quicker. It is insane. I do have one final theory, but I will get to that once we've done this section. So, Fumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid. But only for a moment.
so then,
Well then, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding the bodies.
I knew it.
The Monokuma file was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was made me feel a little more comfortable. Well, let's do Taka first then. Taka was killed by a blow to the head. He must have been struck with Justice Hammer 4, which was laying on the floor in the equipment room. Then there's a top laid out under his body. The killer must have used it to move Taka's body. That way it wouldn't leave any bloodstains as it was moved. Never mind, you want... No, I gotta speak to Kyoko. Never mind.
I see.
Makoto, I found something. You did?
Hey,
You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore in his left hand? He did?
whew.
Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much?
No, that's not it. Anyway, you said he had a watch.
So then,
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? It most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailants. And if you notice, the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6.
that's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken.
Hey, you! How long are you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointlessly at his watch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know, that bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
In other words,
So if it worked at 10 PM last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 PM, meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning. Thank you, Taka.
however,
That's not all. Just look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something. You're right, there's something white in there.
Makoto,
Can you try and pry it out?
Me?
because
Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? Okay.
As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold dead hand. The ice-cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper?
Hey,
Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
is that right?
I wonder about that. Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's body.
So then,
Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he offers a few clues of his own. Yes, we gotta speak to Kyoko for whatever reason. We can't examine the bodies ourselves. So did you find anything? I did. I wasn't expected, to be honest. Look at this. Wad of paper.
that's right.
Hifumi had it hidden on him. Hidden?
Indeed.
He'd stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he did this on purpose, you see. In his pants? So, wait, so you...
Why is that?
It was just his pants, not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means.
Hey,
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto, open it up. When I think of how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like, it better be important, Hifumi, or I'll never forgive you for this. A note? I found the hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
so...
That sounds very familiar. That's it, that's the same thing Hiro said. And he was telling us the truth.
However,
Although it's not exactly the same, is it? Last night someone slipped a weird note under my door, and here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. The time is different. Hiro told us his note was to meet at 1 a.m. and in the rec room, but the note they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m.
is that right?
Hold on, just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh?
So...
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning here. There's some meaning to part of it being ripped. Yeah, so obviously that little scrap that Taka has is gonna be the other bit. Could you maybe explain it a little more? Think carefully.
Hey,
Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
so then...
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? And how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer. The note Hifumi had has been added to the truth bullets section of your handbook.
Hey,
And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely had their e-handbooks on them. The handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
is that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All I said is that they were used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook plays a role. A handbook may play a role, I don't think I understand. But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind. So, we're getting it. And that is going to be the announcement. But I do want to say that I think what has happened there with the note, my final theory, if you will. So I think, obviously, there's a few things I gotta speculate, a few things spitball. So first things first, how Hifumi got up here is an enigma for the ages. How I compared it last time was that I read a news article or story or something once, and it was basically a guy who was like dead, like his brain was just there. But he despite being, you know, basically dead, literally a dead man walking, he was still able to get up and go around his like morningly routine. So, and then he just got back in bed and like actually clocked out for real. And what I was kind of speculating there was like, okay, Hifumi clearly has had brain damage, but could it have been plausible that, you know, he gets bonked? Could he have still technically been alive? Hence the delayed body discovery announcement when we walk in, and then whatchamacallit, he just walked up here of his own volition with what was left of him, kind of just like sleepwalking almost, and that's how he was moved. He just kind of did. Which I think is plausible. I don't think he had enough in him to, say, just randomly be manipulated into wheeling Ishimaru in here. I don't think that's what's going to happen. Because I imagine that's how he got moved with like the dolly in the top and stuff. So that was my main theory. It's like, okay, out there, but, you know, it's plausible, it's based in science, it can feasibly happen. And then the other thing, if you listen to Sakura recount the entire thing, they make a point that both bodies were discovered at the same time, but obviously only one of them plays. So which body does it play for? And that's kind of like weird. It depends how you want to like look at it. But one of them wasn't fully dead at the time, or for some reason the conditions weren't met. Because it's when the three people discover the body, and I don't know if the killer counts in those three people. And I think it plays when we walk in the nurse's office. So Hifumi's, we'll say Taka and both Hifumi are dead, in quotation marks. We walk into the nurse's office with Celeste, Aoi, and me. I think was it us three and was there one more? No, I think it's just us three and it plays. And then upstairs is Byakuya, Toko, and what's the other one? What's the lady, strong lady? So both threes walk in, but if one of them is a murderer, that wouldn't count. So then that might be the other reason it plays. So if one of them is the killer, then only two of them are discovered, and then when it's a bit of a hassle. But those are my theories. They're probably not going to be right. But yes, I'm thinking Hifumi sleepwalked, and then just like again out of instinct wiped his skin with the cloth and just did whatever. And that possibly the body I have a feeling the body discovery announcement is going to be heavy because it's like, why did it play so late? Was it because Hifumi wasn't dead and like he collapsed on the floor and that's what denotes him actually being dead, or is it because of how it works? I feel that's going to come into play. But that is the investigation done pretty much. Those are my theories on what's happened.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the
in terms of who I think did it, I don't think it's going to be Hiro. Unfortunately, I've got a gut feeling it's going to be Aoi. Again, she's just giving me a bit too weird vibes. She's crying a lot, so it's kind of swaying it. But I think Aoi, maybe it's Aoi. I don't think it's Byakuya. I don't think it's Kyoko. I definitely don't think it's Toko. I think Aoi is like she's at the top of the list, and then like Celeste. Those are like my two because they were also the ones looking over Hifumi's body. So if he was moved and those two were working together, that could also be a thing. So yeah, my pool of suspects is very low. But again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm missing something heavy, which I probably am, because we've still got like a very long Clash trial to go, so I am told. Which makes sense, because this investigation segment is abnormally short. But yeah.
Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death.
Yeah.
So, with no
see, why is he drinking a martini?
Everyone, please meet at the
He's so happy to be here.
Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Bye-bye, Monokuma.
It would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure this out for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Well, we'd better get going. Okay. And away we go. Yes, so I don't really need to save because I've already saved. But yeah, that brings us to now. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Clash trial. I know it's a long one, and there's probably going to be a lot more to discover, but I'd be interested to see if it's Aoi. It's something about it is just screaming like, yeah, I can see it. I can see her doing it. She seems like she's going, and maybe she went to acting school, hence the crying. But yeah, that's my theory. That's my scheme. But yes, see you all next time. I might go straight into recording the Clash trial after this. I can see my desktop audio is actually being recorded for this take, so yes, that is it. Again, very short episode compared to the usual investigations, but I will not complain. And yeah, that's it for now. So until next time, all said, all that aside, thanks for watching, guys. My name's been Neremik, and peace out.